just pick up the knock. It's a 3v2. Mirage ult does come out. Argo can't figure out which Mirage it is. They get another knock, and it's just a solo, and Bobber is your champions for game number 2. Hello everyone, it is good to be back, and today I am pleased to bring a new series where basically I watch party or cast scrims. It'll be either by myself or with the co-caster, you know, Butter or whoever else cares to join me. But today we're back with like the first day of doing this for, what is today, 6/18 scrims, lobby 17 PM. We just actually implemented legend bans and as well as POI drafts, so it's going to make things very fun and interesting here today as we get into our very first game. Let me just double check that everyone's in the right spots. They are beautiful. So we get to start today's game. As we can take a look at the drop spots over on the chat, looking at specifically Storm Point, what we got here. As you can see, only POIs left open is Mountain Lift and as well as Bean and Woodside. So we'll see how teams turn out. They picked pretty much all the majority POIs. Jurassic, I would definitely think for Mountain Lift. So nothing left out, nothing out of the ordinary. Your typical, you know, picks. But you gotta keep in mind that teams cannot now take, you know, cons anymore. Have to drop right where, you know, the drop just throws them. Otherwise, you know, it doesn't really perk out. So it makes things very interesting because then, you know, teams don't have these early fights. The beginning of the game is a lot slower, a lot more straight rotations, and it usually makes for better endgame. We'll see how that goes today. Now, if you're not familiar with legend bans, basically the way legend bans work is after every game, it will take the most played character, and then that character will be banned for the remainder of the 6 total games that we have today. As right now, we are in game number 1. You see a little bit of shots already going down. Never mind, it is Argo shooting at the Flyers. So when you get a look at that zone, it looks like it's gonna pull Pylon. Potential that, you know, it has a weird pullback to Echo HQ since it's touching, but I highly doubt it. Right now, they are looking to push up in these specific buildings. I would think that it's gonna end somewhere out here. See, but that would be my best guess. They do have ring console here at. They will look to try and rotate off that. We'll see how many other teams rotate off that, including the Pylon team. They do have, you know, ring console as well and have that next zone knowledge. Will have an advantage there to be able to get, you know, any spot they basically want in this zone, which is really nice. So we'll wait to see other teams rotate in. We do have 2 duos at Warriors of Aram and as well as North Star. Warrior started a duo. North Star had a PC start. So, wait. In there, looking for some potential shots over at Team on Andromeda. Alright, that team is by far the hardest. So we'll see how that goes. They're gonna look to try and rotate, hopefully not get pinched. A lot is actually going on here in Checkpoint. Very weird. What's Storm East? Just want to grab Evo Cash, but we're taking some shots at Storm and Blizzard here. And they might run right into Kaiser. Wildwing. And then they're looking for some shots as well. So they have 2 Ultra TPs placed. What Storm these sports will take you? Get out of there. Go back. They want to have no oral with them. As we see, Link here trying to grab a care pack right in front of Bobber. Just rotated their way in. Gonna have a great Ashton to get back to height and stay with their teammates. Ooh, unfortunately just fall off, but they still will be chilling. Shooters now rotate their way in and are looking to try and take the bottom floor of Pylon. Bobber, though, sticking to these buildings on the outside. A fight breaking out over here now. Genesis looking to get some KP as the Sparrow ult comes down and the Watson gets knocked. His Sparrow is way behind. Gonna try and look to get some damage with the Q, and his ult does pop the ult. It gets a little bit of damage, but both of his teammates will go down. And Deviator will now be a solo for Team Genesis as he tries to run away. EDC picking up some early 2KP, still 20 squads up as we see SYN rotate their way in with the Trident from the side, still looking for that zone knowledge. Argo here with the charge rifle, still looking for some shots on Rain and the boys at the top of Pylon. Nothing just yet. They have an alternate set as well and ready to go. JRZ on top of Stormcatcher, hitting their beacons, hitting, Evo caches and bins, taking some shots at a team just crossing by in milk. They will rotate down and be alright. They might have a chance of running into the duos. We have a fight bringing down over here. Andrea running up. Gonna go ahead and pop Ballistic ult. Alter Q up as well. Gonna try and pick up a knock. They do. And a second. Sorry, it's trades 1-1. We have a 2v2 here, and they might get third party by Team Trigger. Just trying to look to pick up some KP as well, as it was Keisler who will come out as a solo trying to run away. Andrea trying to reset. This Trigger is looking to thin their KP, and they do. Trigger picks up nice KP there as well, as Kaiser does get the altar ult off and tries to come all the way back, but he's going to run right into the team of Reset Crew, who does go ahead and get that thin in the damage, leaving Headman by himself, trying to, run away as a solo. Unfortunately, losing both teammates there. Team Trigger is still here, or potentially trying to look for, a knock or something on the team in the building. As Case for the solo will be eliminated in North Star, the duo does go down, and I believe that's Capybara's, and it is Capybara's KP there. That actually picked up 1 KP. I believe Milk picked up the other. Yeah, so North Star unfortunately gets pinched there, and both end up going down. Team Trigger getting aggressive. Good Devo shots out of Yum. Go ahead and gets the fin on the altar as well. Looking for their teammates. Slides out. Altar behind him as well, and Team Andrea will be eliminated. Trigger picks up all 3 KP with Yum being your kill leader after getting the full wipe on that team. Very nice job there, and they'll have a tough rotate into zone, but they look good there in that fight. Warriors of Aurum, the duo walking up, and I don't think they know that there's a team here. Kaiju about to just rat them, hits them with the Ballistic Q. Doesn't quite connect, gets some good shots though. Ash is going to go ahead and across. He's going to be really weak. Mello already gets a knock. It should just be 1 left, and Warriors of Aurum will be eliminated. Kaiju picking up some good AP as we have 16 squads. Round 2 now as we have SYN making a wide rotate here, wide wrap around with the Trident. See where they end up as we have 2 teams posted up here in Cascade. East are trying to hold their own as they go down and pop the Sparrow ult and push this team back. Big nades out of this other team. Only does a little bit of damage. Oh, he's trying to alter Q them. Just misses. A little further back, and he might have got it. Ghostface doing some damage, but he goes down as one of them did happen to walk in. And now it's going to be a 3v1 for Melody. They're kind of hurt, but can he finish it? He cannot, and E-Star will be eliminated. What Storm Esports picks up all 3 KP with none of them going down. What a good fight out of them. GG's, as they'll even pick up the purple Evo, but they're getting third-partied by JRZ. JRZ pops onto the roof, flies in from an evac tower, go and pop an Ultra Q, try and get one of them to drop. JRZ does have a new castle, not the Sparrow. They're going to go ahead and hit UAV, see how many it is. See, it's a full 3. They can take this isolated fight. The nearest team would be Command, potentially the boys at Reset Crew, but they're still a little further away than that. If not, they're just looking to stall. Nope, they'll go ahead and take their Ultra TP back and look to just go ahead and rotate. So, what Storm Esports will go ahead and live to see another day as they pick up the KP and have a little bit of a scare there as Milk trying to pull up on Team Bobber. Bobber does go ahead and push them back as they force them to use their Ballistic ult. Bobber still chilling here in zone, having to just hold off any of those rotating teams. Team Genesis looking for some shots at the sky as Reset Crew rotate their way in and potentially collide here with EDC. Let's see it. Here's the Trident. The Trident will whiz right by and they'll be just fine. Orium picking up some knocks in the kill feed as Capybaras looking for some shots here. The Crypto already had a knock. They go ahead and Sparrow get some good damage. Go ahead and try and get the Finn. It's still a 3v2. As long as Izzy can stay alive. He will for the moment. Does get hit by the ballistic Q. It's only a duo, but this is a hard push-up. No catalyst, no sort of Ash either. There's not an easy way to walk up on these guys as they are going to have the high ground, even though they are just a duo. Fight going on in the field here. TV Boy down. EDC, a duo trying to hold their own. They're fighting Reset Crew. Reset Crew. One does go down, makes it 2v2. Zone is pushing them back. Little Sparrow Q telling them where they're at as well. There's T-Jag trying to play his zone. He does go down. It is just now Chaos. Wide swings the Ash. Does pick up the KP as DDC is eliminated. Dark Rebellion also dead. And Reset Crew will go down to Kaiju. Kaiju, of all the teams that are rotating on this side, comes out on top and goes ahead and holds them out. Team Bobber now trying to hold out New Meta as New Meta is still knocking on this door right here, trying to get in. Never mind, this is a different team. Sorry. The Ballistic team is actually Milk over here, who now is down to a duo, trying to look into Launchpad to go ahead and res. Storm Esports looking for some shots on Genesis as Genesis is being pushed into the wall here. There's a solo in front of them. They can move forward, but they want to hold their ground here and potentially pick up KP as long as they can win this fight. Good shots out of NRP. Gonna go ahead and pick up some kills as well. Shots break down as well from the Devo. Nothing much just yet though. Gonna go ahead and find the Ash. It's a no reg, I believe, unless I'm lagging a little bit. As more fights are breaking down over here. Trigger, pick up a knock on New Meta. New Meta was trying to push into this building and now are dying for it. As they were looking for a spot to pick up, Trigger comes in and catches them off guard. Alter on Trigger, trying to look to finish up this KP as they are super weak. Only one is left with at least 30 HP. He's gonna go ahead and Alter Q in and try and kill him. Just a solo left. Yum does go ahead and get the Finn. He's still your kill leader with 4 kills, and the solo does go ahead and die. Genesis is also eliminated. SYN now looking for some shots on Capybaras. Capybaras is in the low ground, and SYN is up top. This is a not so great start for quality wise. 10 squads, round 2 is now closing. It's not the worst, not the best. If it stays like this, then it'd be good, but considering how many fights we've seen going on, I'm assuming that, as we speak, SYN goes ahead, takes a fight on the top side of this hill. Gonna go ahead and pop the altar and go back to where they were, and they might run right into Capybaras. Capybaras waiting for them, looking for some shots. They do go ahead and pick up one knock, and they get another. I believe it's just a solo left. As it is just Rich by himself. Kaiju trying to look for shots, getting shot from height. And over here, we have a lot going on. Barber's going to have at least 3 teams collapsing on them now. And they're going to look for some shots. Kaizen does go ahead and get a knock on someone. Has to wear the mask. He'll go ahead and try and get the Finn. Remember, there's another team pulling up on them, though. And they might catch him off guard. Good shots. He will go down. Can his teammates help him out? Zumi going to be one. Argo only one full field. Ultra does Q, looking to try and kill Zumi. Now in the building, remember this other team that Kaizen picked up a knock on can come and rotate. Good shot with the Kraber out of Argo as he picks him off while he's trying to heal. Give me 1 HP, and Milk will be eliminated. Bobber picking up the KP there. A nice little awareness from Argo to go ahead and Kraber the guy rezzing. Good comms by Kaizen. But Trigger is still here as a duo, and now Bobber is a duo. They do not have Kaizen up. Only 4 shots left in the Kraber for Argo. Let's see what they go ahead and decide to do. Try to Q, looking to see if they can pick up their teammate's box, potentially. I don't think they will. I think they're just going to look to try and kill the duo next to them as he swings out, misses the Kraber shot, almost picks up the knock. Catwalls is just Argo up. Zumi does go down, playing that knockdown shield very well. It's a good spray, but it's not enough as his teammate on trigger, the altar of Zemoki, goes ahead and wide swings from behind. A very good play out of trigger there as Bobber will be eliminated. More fights breaking out in the kill feed. Shooters, now just a solo of Warrior. Kaiju, just a solo of an Ash, playing very close to where he was just at. It looks like What Storm Esports picks up some KP here from these teams that are in absolute shambles as we do see the zone. Very good zone still for Mink, potentially a game-winning spot as they still have the high ground and have done a nice job of picking up 2 KP while being up here as well. Looking for some potential kills here. JRZ trying to rotate up onto Trigger. Trigger kind of back into the zone in the building, trying to pick up some loot and reset. JRZ definitely gonna try and hold them out as Kaiju, the solo, is in fact eliminated. Rich does go ahead and pick up the KP over at SYN as he does also get the respawn on his teammates, and they will be playing in this small box building. Not the best spot, but they are at least in zone. Trigger looking, try and full heal, looking for a potential spot to play that is safe. Gets shot a lot and naded. Somehow staying alive. He's going to be 1 HP. His teammates are pretty healthy. The altar is very weak as it's JRZ that's trying to advance on them and putting this pressure. A good spray out of Zor. Potentially another. Gets another crack. He might pick up the knock. He's going to be 30 HP as Trigger will be eliminated, but I think his kill was stolen as JRZ is now trying to look, see where they can go. What Storm Esports? Trying to hold out a team as well. Crypto does come out. Let's go ahead and pick up a knock. Good shots out of bad. Crypto drone does go down, looking for a wide swing. Picks up another crack. He's going to be pretty weak, but his teammate did go down. He's got to be very careful that no one else tries to push him here. Continuing to look for some 30-30 shots, trying to break that knockdown shield. It's a 2v2. What Storm's going to be very weak, and they get thirded by JRZ. JRZ picks up a knock on Zora, and What Storm Esports is eliminated. And somehow Capybara stays up. He's still knocked, but they can... Now, they're probably not going to get the res on him. Capybaras will be a duo. If we go up to Mink, still up top. Rain coming down for a little bit of loot. Shooters also not in a bad spot here as they're actually in the building that is in the next zone. But keep in mind, Mink can just drop right above them as they're already pointing out. Now, no Newcastle, so, you know, space is going to be eliminated, but SYN over here on the opposite side of the zone, trying to pick up the res, bring in the boys at Mink, don't want him to get it off, trying to nade him and shoot him as well as the team of Capybaras over here, not allowing it. They don't want them to get that full res off. Good shots at it's Dizzy, but he goes down for it. Gonna have to drop down and hope to get the res as SYN does get the res off, and so will Capybaras, and we'll still be up to 5 full threes. It's gonna be a very interesting end to this game as Kitty actually goes in and gets knocked and full-pinned by a nade. Norium just now solo trying to play his life, and Capybaras will be eliminated. A little bit of KP picked up from Mink, a little bit of KP picked up from JRZ. They were kind of just, you know, shared equally throughout the lobby as SYN trying to get a full reset here as they get a knock on and full-pin on Shooters. Shooters now going to be a duo. SYN trying to fight this. If Shooters can get a knock on SYN, might be a good time for Mink to drop down. But right now, Mink can just drop to the height. Just the Lulu trying to hold for his teammates. Rich trying to look at his off angle. Trying to open the door and potentially get the knock while also not getting knocked. There were some good shots. They're going to have to play him out to the zone. He's 1 HP. SYN couldn't pick up the KP. So somehow, Shooter stays alive. Mink is playing up top. They have the high ground. This is their game to win. Right now, they have 6 KP. Saki Season was able to get a good amount of KP in that fight. You love to see it. Or not in that fight, but in that whole time playing zone. He was able to pick some off with this 30-30. Which is great, as Shooters will be eliminated. Rich off plates and the boys will pick up the KP. So we're down to our final 3 teams in this final zone. 30 seconds until round 6 closes. It's going to be a close one. Some shots with the 30-30. A little bit of poke damage so far. Steven from him does have Newcastle. A little bit of no reg. Okay. Dealing full 3 right below them as well. Now, they do have to move, but so will everyone else eventually. JRZ not in here much more than everyone else either. Mink does have the code advantage with red, purple right now. Everybody else with just purples. And never mind, SYN actually has a red as well. Rain trying to pop a Moby as a distraction and as cover. See what they decide to do here. They do have the catalyst with the wall. They just need to hope that the team below them moves first and that they can third party. But I think that team inside is going to have a little more cover for a little longer. We'll have to wait and see. They're trying to catch the other team across off guard. With the Ash Q does not land though, as they've already moved onto the Newcastle wall. Rain does get snared instead. Go ahead and full heal. A little bit of shots going down below. It sounds like they're starting to fight a little. This is good for Mink. Newcastle is actually trying to walk up with the Q and hold them out. Team below tries alter queuing Mink. Actually very close. The ballistic ult comes down. They get the catwall off, but they do go down. And that leaves Mink to be just a duo. Catwall was a great one, though, to keep the other two teams on the other side and force each other to fight. Can they get the res off? Or are they going to have to try and finish this game as a duo? Looks like they will. Look at potential Ash TP. A good PK shot. Just an Ash left behind them, as well as an Ultra, and they'll go down. And JRZ's a solo to be XYN that picks up the game 1 win underneath Mink. Playing the building, like I said, I believed they had, more time to play their cover, and it made it so that Mink had to actually fight first. That's why IN play that beautifully to go ahead and pick up the game 1 win. GG's. We'll have to wait and see, or as the scores pop up right now, just how much AP they ended up with that game as they're running Ultra Sparrow Ash. We'll see that comp change up very soon as we will take a look at the game 1 ban. Here we go. Match scores. Let's take a look. SYN a first place with 11. JRZ in second with 3. Mink in third with 6. Shooters fourth with 0. Capybaras in fifth with 7. What Storm Esports in sixth with 8. Trigger in seventh with 9. And Kaiju with 7. Let me go ahead and put in those scores. Alright, as we go ahead and move into game number 2. Ash was the game 1 Ultra ban. The standard Ash right now. A definitely number 1 pick. So she will be banned after that was the most played character of the previous game. You can go ahead and take a look. And this game probably look like an Ultra ban. Almost every team has an Alter except for 1. So yeah, Alter would definitely be the game ban in this lobby. As we just saw Ash get banned. So we see a little bit of Wraith coming out, which is going to be very fun to see out of some of these teams, as well as some Cryptos and Sparrows as well. It's the beauty of, the legend bans in this game is that it makes things very interesting because you actually get to, see a lot of teams, making some new comps, using their big brains and trying to bring up the best comps they can for every single game after a character is banned, and then, figure out percentages on, all right, who got banned more, in Inferno and other Scrim servers, and yes, all this great stuff. So I really love to see it, POI draft and legend bans just make the game so much more versatile. Allow people to, use their thought process a lot more and, think things through. Take a look at that Zone 1. It is a Storm Catcher pool. It's a very good pool for Capybaras. Now, Capybaras don't have a ring console legend, so they can't actually pick up the zone and know that it's pulling there. They may have a hunch, but that's just about it. Otherwise, they would have no clue. So hopefully they figured out before a bunch of teams collapse on them and try taking a spot. As we saw already, I believe that was it that we were on Coastal team? Yep, and Shooters who already picked up that zone knowledge. So like a team like this already knows where they need to go. Their neighbors and North Star don't know though. Milk does not know either. Trigger does not. For the moment, they're going to be alright. Not a lot of teams are going to rotate that fast. Team Bob over here, Argo, looking for his charge rifle shots on North Star, actually, as they're trying to go ahead and rotate out of their POI in launch pad, being forced out there a little early. Lust still down low by himself, though. Zumi's gonna have to look for him as Zumi is getting real close. Not close enough. I think Lust will go ahead and make it out, but Barks does go down to Argo. Argo does pick up the charge shots, and he's looking to potentially get another. That's a good 110 hit. Gonna go ahead and try and help his teammates out. But I don't believe they can actually make a move off it. No, they'll go ahead and wait. Not much that they can do there, as Northstar will go ahead and get the res. Just a little stat pad to Argo's overstat there, but not much else that can be done off that. Kaiser and the boys. A team rotating right behind them. Team Andromeda. They're moving their way up. Snag one of them. They know they're here. And Joe does disconnect. Oh, in-game disconnect. NRP now fighting SYN a solo. Trying to queue and run away. This Team Genesis that shot them off the Trident. Team Nemesis now. Genesis, sorry. Still looking for some Fins, but I don't believe they'll go ahead and chase. So that means SYN does go ahead to live to see another day, just barely. As you can see, the sliver of HP he had there, if you take away the shields, pretty wild, as Team Genesis goes and picks up 2 early good shots there out of NRP. I'm starting to rotate their way in. Northstar still don't know the zone here. Seems that Bobber do, Mink do as well, but they actually come in down and then up. No, they're going up. Sorry. Threw me off there because they're coming in this direction. They might run right into Team Bobber here. There goes looking. Doesn't see them on the left still. They're not quite. Ming is just playing the stairs for now, watching the backs. They won't come either. Ran into each other there. Derek does go off though, and Bobber is not the ones that put it down. They're bad now, getting it out of the field. As Warriors of Forum trying to play their life there, as it's Genesis continue to put the heat down with their shots. I gotta go over here. Not Team Androm, actually, they make them a duo as they pick up 1 KP there. Back over here to Genesis, see what's going on. Where's Aurora? Are kind of getting stuck in a spot here in Cedo Station, and Genesis is getting aggressive on it. Again, pop the Sparrow ult. Deviator does get cracked NRP as well. They're both gonna have to pop bats now. They are getting some good hits off the ult though. We're gonna pop Rampart walls, try and hold Genesis off. Will it work out? We're about to find out as NRP is right under them, trying to queue them down. Law does go down. Good shots out of the Watson, and some good shots at NRP as he flanks, and it's just now a solo. NRP queues through, but still took damage as he came out, as Where's the Worm will be eliminated, and Genesis picks up all 3 GG's. Well done. Kaiser and the boys still moving as a duo, as Joe did unfortunately DC. Gazer now picking up knocks and kill feed. Shooter is going to be real weak as well. Having a little bit of shots with Mink back and forth. Nothing happening just yet though. As we look over here as Reset Crew. Looking for shots on JRZ. JRZ playing the low ground. Trying to get some shots back at them to tell them to back off. Hey, we're here. Let us rotate. Please stop shooting. That's the back. Good 104 shot out of Zen, and Alter does go ahead and get cracked. And they'll go ahead and Alter TP, and they just successfully push that team off. Team Bobber now posting up in a building right next door neighbors of Northstar. Northstar's actually going to look to get aggressive on them. They go ahead and pop the Sparrow. And do some decent damage. As Argo's getting swung on his left, he didn't hear him coming. Good shots, 102 on him. Kaizen looking for some as well, as he does pick up a knock. It is 2v2 currently. Kaizen goes on top of the nade. I believe it's get the full fin. Got an Ultra Q up right on the zooming Kaizen. It's going to be 1 HP. Still 2v2. Kaizen is going to go ahead and drop down. Gets a good crack, and it is 2v1, and Northstar will be eliminated. The teams that I was talking about that could have potentially saw each other at Northpad here do go ahead and fight, and Team Bobber will go ahead and pick up KP. KP, and they do get that zone pull. That is actually perfect for them. But a team, Dark Rebellion, is rotating their way in and looking to try and potentially res their teammate. See if Bobber moves off that or not. New meta playing side by side, opposite of each other with Mink here in Stormcatcher. I think the zone is pulling this way as well as Capybaras. Little do they know it actually pulls over here where Team Bobber is posted up. And Dark Rebellion will get the res off. Doesn't look like Bobber is going to try an 8-bit, but they will look for some shots out of the air. They'll look for a little bit. Mellow now fighting as well. Bushstorm trying to rotate their way out over here. A fight. Pylon. Hydra and the boys swinging on a team, and they get the kills, and SYN is eliminated. Now Mink was fighting in the kill feed as well. I believe is on shooters. No, shooters are still full up as well. Not sure who they got a knock on. Capybaras is still holding top of Stormcatcher. Looking to pepper some shots with 3:30. Still got teams just rotating their way in. A couple edge teams, nothing crazy happening. Good Bobber still raising some shots back and forth with Dark Rebellion. As Zone 2 will now close. Still 17 squads up. Looking like it could be a better round. We'll see. Rebellion doing a nice job of playing their cover as we move over here to East R. You know, gonna have a tough rotate. You know, Zone pulled in Stormcatcher's a great spot, but it doesn't. It makes it for a tough time for them to eventually get in this zone. Once they see where it pops. Milk looking for some shots. The team trying to rotate to the backside and get around the zone. They're being held up from Thunderwatch. Now they might be thankful for that if they can manage to get a spot here, but looking, all three buildings are taken. The reset crew's gonna have a hard time coming in, but they can just hold the top here. As long as the zone, you know, the zone pulls down here. So no, yeah, they're gonna have to move in eventually. That's tough. For now, they can live here. Eventually, they're going to have to look to move. They're now looking to put some shots onto another team rotating in. This team Andromeda hitting the UAV, trying to figure out where they can go as they realize they are in the same building as another team. They figure out that it's occupied, and they're looking to potentially fight this. Crypto goes down. He does go ahead and get it off. The other team moves up to height. Good shots out of the Wraith. Can't quite pick up the knock, though. Now the full team is up, and he misses the Ultra Q, and Eevee goes down. The Busy, as Busy goes and fights him on the door. Good swing out, and it's a knock, but I think they're getting third party. There's multiple teams here. Good Mastiff shots out of Icarus. Milk is eliminated. Team Andromeda just a duo now, a solo. As they are looking to try and potentially get the res off. As it's Trigger that comes in third parties everything here at Thunderwatch and picks up some KP. There's still full 3 up top as another full 3 drops down. Look at this zone looking really good for shooters and Bobber. As long as they can hold their buildings, they'll be looking beautiful. Kaiju, full 3. Bringing some shots back and forth with Genesis. Team Andromeda is eliminated. They go ahead and pick up the KP at Thunderwatch. Team Trigger comes out with 5 KP out of all those fights. Beautiful. As we have fighting over here, Genesis now in a late rotate, your kill leader, NRP. Can he pick up another? Can he make it a 4th? Is he going to wide swing the altar from up top? His teammate will go ahead and pick up the knock. And they'll now be a duo. And DDC will now also be a duo trying to rotate up. And they might just have, I believe, the teammate behind. Maybe not. They're looking for shots. Okay, his teammate is finned. They go ahead and get the fin on Genesis as well, and they do have the high ground. We're going to switch on over to Danny Hawk since he has the, great QB here with the bow check, and he goes ahead and pops the Sterile ult. There's some good cracks. They do go ahead and break it together. Nice job. How to do Genesis breaking that. Now, DDC doesn't really have an ult or damage to move off of to third or to fight. Actually, never mind. Superboy goes ahead and pops the ult, but he's going to use it to grab the banner instead of fighting as another team flies in. Lucky Boy does go down. Danny Hawk's trying to play his life as JRZ are the ones that fly in here from the heavens and are looking to pick up all this KP on this very edge of zone and pick up another knock. And they could end up with at least 4 KP here on the two duos. DDC is eliminated. They go ahead and pick up that. Gonna potentially maybe look to fight these teams on the right as well, but they gotta look to get in the zone first before they can do that. It was Kaiju that had a little bit of a altercation there with Genesis. They're going to take the Ultra team back. Genesis gonna try and pop an evac tower from here. Let's see where they can go. And this building right here is available, but there's gonna be about 3 teams chasing for it, and they're actually gonna go around and follow Kaiju. Melo about to have a full 3 landing behind them. He does hear it. Gotta be letting his teammates know. He drops right in front of him. Good shot with the P20s. He knocks an RP, cracks another. His teammates gotta come help. Good shots up chance. And Genesis is eliminated. Good job out of Mello to help his teammates out and get that initial knock so that they continue to play out their game and not get snuck up on. But they are getting pushed by new meta. Unfortunately, puts them in a spot that they may have not wanted to be in. They pick up a knock. Kitty with some good G7 shots. Gonna go ahead and swing the Rampage. Does go down. Reset Crew's eliminated in the kill feed. And it's just a 2v1 for new meta. He's gonna go for the res. Gets it off. On def. Probably want that Mirage res as well. Never mind. He's gonna go ahead and full send in. As he's resing again. You can only assume they're gonna get a res off trade both sides. Pick up another knock. And it's just a 2v3. Def's gonna be weak. Kitty wide swinging with the Spitfire. It goes crazy. And Kaiju is eliminated. Good shots out of new meta to pick up some KP. What Storm? That's the solo of Jade. Having a 1v1, getting shot in the back though as well. He's gonna be weak, and What Storm will be eliminated. Trigger trying to stay alive. He is getting hit though by the Sparrow ult when he goes to try and res. And now he's good. Seems gonna try and nade him though, and Norium does hit him with the charge rifle shot, and Trigger will be eliminated. Capybaras go ahead and pick up the KP. Good charge rifle shot out of him, and as shooters, again, one of those teams that was holding the building are getting pushed, and like I said, this would be a great, game for them if they can hold the building. Good P20 shots, he gets a knock, but it's just Nerf Miner left. It's gonna be 25 HP, and shooters will be eliminated. Mink going to pick up the KP. It will be a solo. Does anybody try and push on them? Not for the moment, as Team Bobber is putting all the pressure on any teams that could potentially push. Aizen will go down. They should go ahead and be able to pick up the res though, as Capybaras can't really push with Mink as well. JRZ being here. JRZ picks up a knock on new meta. New meta trying to rotate in, and the Mirage of Death does go down. They have an Alter TP. Gonna probably try and look to take it. They do. Good try on the Q with the ballistic out of door. Picks up the knock on Amethyst. It should just be a duo. They're looking in front of them as well, though. New meta, go get the res. Amethyst gets knocked again. He cannot catch a break as Kitty goes down. And it should just be Deft. JRZ trying to pick up all that KP. They believe they have someone potentially behind them. No, in front of them. They have no idea that there's the solo of Kaiser and Wild Wing sitting right behind them. JRZ's full attention right now is on new meta. Oh, he finds him, hits him with a little 30-30 shot, and the one clip, and Kaiser is eliminated. Nice try trying to get that Sparrow ult down, but Zor connects all of his shots to the R9. Beautifully well done to pick up the kill on the solo. Looking to find their way in. Look at this zone. It ends perfectly on the building of Bobber, but they are going to have to hold so many teams as Dark Rebellion can move in here on the right. Not going to have a lot of cover, and they're even putting pressure on Bobber. Yeah, Bobber is going to have the full attention of the entire lobby right now as they're only building in the next zone, and the zone is now closing. They are getting crypto ulted, looking for shots across. Can't pick up a knock. Do get some good cracks though. Trying to play their lives as Dark Rebellion's eliminated, the team that was playing across from them. Bobber does have a team below now. They're gonna have to look to share the building. Gonna try and pick up KP on anybody else though that they can. Argo will now be switching off that charge rifle as it's time to get serious with the close range. Zora picking up Knock as well. Kaizen looking for some potential knocks on the team below. Team below tries ultra queuing them. Being a little sneaky as Zumi is trying to hold out the team outside, and a great knock at Azumi. He does potentially get the feed. No. Oh, I don't think the nades quite reached. Unfortunate. Team on the wall does go ahead and get the res off. Love to see another day. They do go ahead and pop the Sparrow ult, and Bobber didn't really get to look at the other teams behind him as the teams below are now fighting. Potential third for them. Look at this zone. It plays pulls perfectly for New Meta. Can New Meta hold the spot though? They can. Everyone else is going to be fighting in these buildings as Mink is eliminated. It's just the 3 teams in the building. Z goes down to Zor. Good bang ult to push New Meta back though. I believe that was Zumi's. It is, as Kaizen picks up a knock on Izzy, and they got to move on that, I think. JRZ eliminated. This could be anybody's game. New Meta still in the best spot to get the res off. They did, and they have the Kraber. No, I think this is New Meta's game to win. Everyone else has to move first. Barbara would have had to push off immediately on the knock. Never mind, Izzy was on a different team. So never mind, Barbara couldn't do anything. They had to have tried to get a knock, and they didn't. Because the other teams, 2 teams will now decide to fight. Ooh, he's waiting for the Kraber shot. He's being patient. Almost got it. There it is. He gets the crack on Azumi. Zumi's still playing up top. Team Bobber. Gonna go ahead and full heal. Again, New Meta in the best spot here. Being able to hold everybody in the building. Can they do it is the question. Catwall from another team would be a game changer. Potential downfall of New Meta. Zumi's still looking for shots on them. He just hard holding with the Kraber, and the second team down below actually gets a res off. It's not Bobber, but it's Kitty and the boys that get the res. That's Capybaras who get a res. They're playing down low still. We'll see what we can do, or what they can do here, as New Meta gets a knock on Kitty again. Looks like Bobber is playing up top, looking for some Kraber shots. Can't get it. Oh, can't quite get it again. There's 3 bullets left. Bobber cannot play up there forever. We'll go ahead and bang smoke. Look for that potential spot to move to. Catwall does come out of Argo. They're looking to fight the team behind them. They do go ahead and pick up knocks and get the full pins. It's a 3v3. Kaizen trying to go to get him bat off between New Meta and Bobber. Bobber does pick up the knock. It's a 3v2. Mirage ult does come out. Argo can't figure out which Mirage it is. They get another knock, and it's just a solo, and Bobber is your champions for game number 2. Well done with the Catwall and the great KP pickup onto Capybaras. They were able to, sort of block themselves off with the wall to then allow New Meta to have free shots on the Capybaras as well as themselves, to then allow themselves to stay a full 3, and then from there, there's just pure precision out of aim with the R9s to go ahead and take the game to dub. GG's and well played. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much AP they were able to pick up that game. As we take a look at the match summary, Bobber will be in first with 11, New Meta in second with 8, Capybaras in third 4, JRZ in fourth 7, Link in fifth 5, Dark Rebellion in sixth 0, Kaiser in seventh 1, and Shooters in eighth with 0. As I now go ahead and put in the scores, and we'll see you in game 3. All right, as we are now on the E of the district here for game number 3, we go ahead and do have the Ultra Ban. No surprise there, as there was really only one team not running her. We will now go ahead and, like I said, move into E district. So this is kind of what the map is in for you. I'll go ahead and pull up the drop spots as well, just so you can look at team names and everything. But this at 4 games number 3. Remember, we go 2-2, 2 on Storm Point, 2 on E district, and then 2 on Edge as we play. Here we go. Go well here as we're going to take a look at that first zone of pop. And it will be guess we'll have to wait and see that one.
Let's go this way.
And it will be an Angel's Artium zone ending. Okay. That's interesting. I haven't seen one of these in a minute. A great zone for Warriors of Forum. If they go ahead and pick up that zone knowledge. Yeah, I don't know. This should be interesting. I haven't seen one of these zones in a minute. I don't know how well or bad this will go for this game. Take a look, teams will start to rotate their way in. Potential fights starting off here with IG and JRZ. JRZ playing up top. It's triple blue. This Kaiju is also triple blue. On the low ground, though, is the difference. Look at the shots. They do get a good crack on the Newcastle. And then it looks like they'll go ahead and ape this as the Ballistic will go ahead and pop his ult. Look to wide swing. Try and hit his Q. Gonna have to drop down so he doesn't get knocked. Looking for someone to play as he has someone right above him. SCH Berg does go ahead and pop his fuse ult. Try and hold off this team. And some good flesh shots as Mellow, though, is going to be pretty weak as well. New meta now fighting as well. Go ahead and pick up a knock on shooters. Shooters now. Ooh, to get the res off. They're full 3. Fuse trying to lay as many grenades down as he can. Does get some good damage off it to hold off New meta. Warrior does get hit for a lot, though. Chance now picking up a knock as well. This is JRZ trying to run away from Kaiju's and the boys. Kaiju and the boys do pick up 2 of the KP on JRZ and potentially more as Mink is now going down as well. Rain and them having an early fight as he is down. Yeah, Coley does pick up a knock, taking a lot of damage from the Catalyst Q as it is a 1v1. 1v1. He's trying to res. Gonna go ahead and Watson fence. Do nice Watson fences. I like the idea. Can he connect the shots? He can't quite get the crack. And no. Mink is eliminated. And it will be Trigger picking up all 3 KP in zone as well. By the way, as we fight breaking down over here, as Genesis just wipes out Milk and picks up 3 early KP there. Couldn't quite switch over to that fight right in. Team Andromedid now rotating their way into the zone as well. In as well as we see Kaiju come down. Go ahead and heal. 30 shots, does get a couple as these 2 teams are just going back and forth this entire game, it seems like. Ooh, nice 104 shot. Love to see it. They're probably going to look to stop messing around, wasting their shields, stat pattern, and try and rotate. Now, we have a fight breaking down over here, potentially new meta. Be a very active team these past games. Remember, we will be halfway through after this game, so after game 3, we will go ahead and take a look at your total scores. So far, halfway through tonight's scrims. Couple. Crack. They will go ahead and rake portal to make their way out. Keeping the boys, now getting finned. Genesis, go ahead and pick up one of the boys. Bobber looking for shots as they are at the top of this zone now. You have the zone knowledge. I don't know if it pulls back here. They think it pulls over here more. I'd have to assume the same. See if they decide to move over there or not. Probably look at 7 shots. Just get out of Zumi. Crew held up at energy bank right now. So respawn comes out right next door. I took the dance on this. Meta looking aggressive as always. We'll try and pick up some KP potentially on the res. As another team actually looks at the res team and shooting them from the other side right now. It's going to take a look at that zone pop. Ooh, this might be ending on Bobber. Yeah, great zone call out of Bobber. Where's your Orem? Remember that team that was the Angels. They started here. Trying to play the game out. Trigger. Now getting Trigger happy. And they pick up a knock. And potentially the full wipe as the Newcastle looks to try and res. Good swing. They pick up the knock. He does. And another. Zamoki going crazy. And Yum will go ahead and get the fins. It's just a solo now. Absorb. JRZ, who somehow gets away, runs right by Warriors of Orem. No clue that he's there. Madrama not looking at them either. More fights breaking down the kill feed. Oh my, what's going on here? Kaiju eliminated North Star. The duo trying to play their life, getting shot at by East R. Answering the boys, picking up knocks as well. What Storm? Gonna be a duo. Slade does go down to that pole. Bad gonna take a lot of damage to it as well. Goes then breaks it, he's okay. And there's another one puts it. And What Storm Esports is eliminated, and Capybara's got multiple ults down with the Sparrow, and go ahead and pick up the KP. Warriors get crypto ulted. Going ahead and looking, trying to break the crypto as it's Capybara's. Capybara's just finished a fight, and they're over here crypto ulting. Sorry, Trigger was the one finishing the fight. They crypto ulted. Not sure for what, because they didn't end up fighting. Zumi does pick up a knock. But use ult him, try and back him off as he is. You're split from his teammates right now. Just trying to, you know, get a little dance. See if he can pick up anything. He will go and try and smoke. Probably move his way back onto that zip line if he can, and he will be able to do so. Less of the boys running right in. Their duo. Just Lulu's gonna rat him. Waiting for a second teammate. There he is. Didn't shoot. Is he okay? I think Koger run. I think Less than the boys knocked Rich off plates. I don't know if they know there's a duo. I'm just a Lulu. Gotta know that now though. Garo is just running away now. Just the Lulu now runs right into them. Tries to run away, and I have no clue what is going on right now. Gonna go ahead and get tracked. He's gonna run right into another team. He goes down. It's the boys at East R that pick up the KP on him. It's quite unfortunate. He's right there. He's right. No, you passed him. He's. He's been showing for it. He wants to get Finn there. As E-Star does go ahead and pick up that KP. And Lust and the boys go down to Capybara's North Star. Will be eliminated. Unfortunate. They're looking more aggressive. Looking to fight. Shooters now in a fight. Oh, they are full sending on Newcastle team. Who does go and put up their wall. JRC is eliminated. Oh, nice Evo shots out of Sweetie. Picks up the knock. Can he pick up the final one? And he does. And DDC has eliminated shooters. Go ahead and pick up all 3 of the kills. Well done. New meta is over here with Genesis. Very close by. NRP is up in there trying to pick up the KP. He goes down though. Good crack out of the Watson. They have a nice angle on the window. Rich picks up another knock, but he's getting shot on the side, and Deviator's gonna be the only one full healed on Genesis. We're gonna try and pick up the res on NRP. Maybe not. No, he's looking to hold. New meta hasn't decided to ape yet. Deviator doing a nice job of holding them off. Ooh, for the moment. He's getting swung. He misses his R9 shots. Gonna go ahead and try and play his life. Gets bamboozled, I guess. Now will get wide swung. He does get a knock. Not another. It's just NRP in a 2v1 situation. He's gonna go on portal and try and run away. Getting shot in the back though. He does have the Q. Way he gets out of here. Where's he gonna go though? He has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. New meta now be a solo of Kitty as he's trying to now Q away. That's SYN who's chasing them. And they'll go down. Oh my goodness. Both teams that fight here in New Meta and Genesis do end up in the same fate. Where it's only the Wraith solo left, tries to portal run away, and it just does not work out as Capybara's just going to get a full fin on Ghostface and a knock on Melody. But it gets a crack and the stick with the old. Oh, the Kraber. Oh, no. He goes down and his teammates aren't with him. If he got the Kraber no scope, what could have been East R is now eliminated. And Izzy, your current kill leader, is not. We're going to get the res off him though, and he'll be just fine. Bobber now sharing the top height building, but look where the zone goes. Right where they pinged Bobber team. Bobber pinged the bridge, if you remember. Andromeda in that spot, doing a nice job of reading this zone. One that being here early. Reset crew trying to hold their own as SYM looks to get aggressive. Let's stay on them as they were your game 1 winners. Good shots with the Devo. And more of a knock though. They're gonna go and try and potentially go for a kidnap play, or at least portal behind them. Just the Lulu. Looking for some good shots. Fusel does come out. Has the Wraith portal been placed? It has. It doesn't go very far, so not much to it there. Just a backup as Rich does go down. They ended up needing it, but they're getting ran at from a team behind them. Just the Lulu looking for the bolt shots. Can't quite get anything. Rich and Korgard now gone. It's just the Lulu. He's looking for the 1v1. Oh, can he get it? Not quite, and SYN is eliminated. Shooters now. The ones that pick up the KP. Sweetie, now your kill leader with 5. Looking for some shots in front of him. Warrior potentially picking up a knock. They're getting shot from up top, though. They got to be careful. They can't go down. Trigger now eliminated. 8 squads up. Round 4. It's coming out like crazy. Sweetie does get another knock. Bobber will be eliminated. I think they go down to reset crew. Good Devo shots and pick up a knock. And almost a full fin. Oh, he's not reloaded. He had a 30-30. It's just Chaos left versus the Devo. Gets the knock, but he's still has the whole team to kill. He tries running away with the Wraith Q. He is a sliver of HP. I don't know how he got out of there. Shooters come in for the third party. I'm not sure if it was Dark Rebellion or Reset Crew that got the kills on Bobber, but Bobber did go down there. That's looking for some G7 shots. Nothing too crazy just yet. That's just trying to run away, trying to play his life team. Andromeda now holding in this zone as well still. Doing just fine as Chaos does go ahead and pick up a kill. Potentially the full fin. I think it was the full fin on Dark Rebellion. It was. The duo of Dark Rebellion now tries to rotate their way in. SP trying to hold his door as he hears the chaos ensuing outside as Shooters and the boys are potentially looking to get aggressive once again. We gotta stay on our kill leader here with Sweetie as he's having an insane game. Great Devo shots. Nerfminer does go down. Gonna need the armor swap for Sweetie. Just go ahead and get it, but gets deleted no matter what. Warrior now the last one alive, and he gets shot in the back, and Shooters will be eliminated. Team Andromeda goes ahead and holds them out with the, favor from other teams that shot him in the back. Guys are now trying to heal, and there's not a lot of full teams left. I think there's only one full team left alive right now. Capybaras is a solo of Kitty trying to fight Warriors of Aurum. Warriors nading. Trying to throw some thermites, at least a duo. to click on them. There they are, just a duo looking for some shots on the solo. Just got to break that knockdown. They have a Valkyrie. I'd love to see it. Another good nade coming out. Law does go down. It's a 1v1. It's a good crack with the Mastiff, and Capybaras is eliminated. Great shots with the Mastiff out of tie right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Allows his team to stay alive as we have both of teams. There is no full teams right now. Every team's a duo. Dark Rebellion might be the first though. Crypto Drone coming out. And they're your only full 3 right now in this final endgame. This is insane. No full 3s? This is crazy work. Dark Rebellion's looking down. Nothing just yet. Looking for some Spitfire shots. But they're not in the best spot in zone. They're going to have to move. Chaos probably has one of the better spots right now as a solo in this next zone. Let's see what Dark Rebellion decides to do. We're going to stay on this crypto POV here. You know, only full 3 in the lobby. You know you got to stay on this POV and see what happens. You get tracked by the Sparrow, and that spot right below them is available. Just a solo in there. I don't think they know that. They're going to go ahead and drop down. Crypto Drone comes out. They're going to find him. He's right next to you. Oh, my God. You can see him. Oh, no. Oh, oh. Reset crew eliminated. They kill the solo, but 2 of them go down for it. He does SP as well. Oh, my God. The only full 3 dies. Team Andromeda is now a duo. Someone else does get a res off, and it's Warriors. Warriors are the only full 3. They have 2 duos in their way of a game 3 win. I cannot believe what I just watched. SP and the boys could have had game, but unfortunately, they do not see the solo. His teammates run in without letting him drone first, and they both go down. Not only him, but as well as the boys at Team Andromeda, who capitalize on the opportunity and take both of them down as well. Quite unfortunate. Now, let's see. Worms does have to move in, but so does Team Andromeda. Andromeda probably has the easier movement right there. Guys are just playing in their building. They're probably going to move out last second. Let's see what the boys at Warriors can do. I mean, they can move in on this right side as well. And they're just as close as the duo, but the other 2 duos start to fight, and Warriors have got to capitalize. A full fin comes out. Duo's running at them. Going to pop the Sparrow ult. Nice avoidance there out of Yale. Law almost gets cracked. They just got to let the other 2 teams fight. Do they have Catwall? They do. It's good for them. We're going to stay on tie here. He's going to move out into space. They'll duo in front of him. Eventually pick up the knock. They do, and Team Andromeda is eliminated. It's just a 3v2. Just Warriors getting to win. They recognize one's up top. I don't know if they know where the other is. They do now. Catwall does come out from both teams as they split each other up pretty much. Massive shots coming out. He gets the crack, but tie goes down. Can Law and them wrap it up? It's just a solo 2v1. Can't quite find him, but there it is. His teammate wipes it up in Warriors of Orium are your game 3 champions. GG's and well done. Sorry for the voice crack. Holy. I could not believe the fact that there was no full 3s left in that endgame. That is insane. That is actually wild as they win it with the Happy Valkyrie Catalyst comp. You love to see it. This is what Legend Bands does to a game. Let's go and see just how much KP they picked up in game. Take a look. That was... Alright, your match summary here. Warriors of Orem in first with 5. Kaiser in second with 2. Team Andromeda in third with 9. Dark Rebellion in fourth with 2. Reset Crew in fifth with 4. Capybaras in sixth with 9. Shooters in seventh with 9. Team Bobber in eighth with 1. And yeah, those are your scores. Let me go ahead and put in the Legend Band. Back. Alright, as we move now into game number 4, Sparrow is the ban. So no more Sparrow, no more alternate, no more Ashes. to our final game here in E-District. Now, when we look at the rest of the comps, it might actually be a tough ban. I'm gonna go ballistic because I still see majority ballistic, but there is a lot of wraiths as well. I think it's gonna be a toss-up between wraith and ballistic from what I'm seeing here. We'll have to wait and see what that game 4 ban is. But typically your bans are Ash, Alter, Sparrow, Ballistic, and Wraith. Sometimes you have a Catalyst depending on the lobby, but other than that, those are pretty standard typical bans right now. But with the update coming out in a little less than a week now, that will look to obviously change when the meta shakes up a little bit. We'll have to see what they do. I can assume we're going to be having a Ash or Alter nerf. We'll have to wait and see. You never know. As we go ahead and take a look at that Zone 1 pool, is City Hall? Ish. I think it pulls back here, but in the vicinity of Neon Square and City Hall, potentially a good game for Milk if they have a beacon. We'll have to go ahead and wait and see. But other than that, I'm not sure. Ooh, Mink potentially catching someone off guard. Not quite. Maybe. It's high from Warriors trying to run away. He will get away. I think we'll go ahead and a little mercy and let them play their game out. Very, very good. Alright, Team Genesis. One of the first to move here as they go and pop the evac tower. They have that zone knowledge. Just decide to go. Unless they just pop the spot. Oh, go ahead and take it. Let's go ahead and see where they decide to go. It's very interesting to see what teams' takes are on this zone. Never mind. They're going for the Evo cache. Rotate later. That's why. That's why they were all taking a second. I was like, what's going on here? Team Andromeda walking up on Team Bobber here potentially. Let's see if anything happens. Just yet. Curious. There's gotta be a setting where I can change it so I can see it, right? Like there's no way it's not a thing. Spectates player. Highlights. Not doing nothing. I don't know what that does, but as we have a fight breaking down over here, Mink trying to hold their own. Just Rain and the boys wide swinging out as they're getting pushed. They do go pick up a knock. Oh, almost another. It's just gonna be left to again. Can he clutch it up this time? He does get a knock. Just one more on the door. And then Watson fends him. Oh, he just slipped through it. And is it gonna be enough? It's gonna be 1 HP. They traded! They traded! Bacon Trigger eliminated! Oh my goodness! I use ulting, but there's nothing here! They're all dead! They traded! Team Bobber just going to pick up a knock. Kaizen picks up one across Lotus, all the way north from the where the zone is actually going. Interesting to see what they're going to be doing here. Melly just picked up a knock as well. Do they have zone knowledge? They don't. They think it's going Lotus. Kaizen goes down. Good shot out of Argo. I think there's a way for this team to, you know, ape very fast, as again, no Ash. But now that they're on the low ground, oh, there's too many teams posted up here. Dark Rebellion and Team Andromeda is posted up here as well, so yeah, not much you can do there. Oh, okay. I see the 30-30 shots. Damn. They will go and get the res on SP, but they have to use their abilities, and they're not going to have a great time once this is zoned. Not a great time at all. So, there are a lot of teams posted up into the zone, and actually very curious to see what the zone ends up going, as we're about to see it pop. Ooh, it does pull towards City Hall. Okay, as we have a fight. Potential game-winning spot here, but from shooters and Genesis. No knocks yet. Shooters are trying to move their way up. Like, people fighting. Poke damage, just trying to share the bridge. But again, it can be a potential crucial spot here for where the zone pulls. Dennis is still trying to move up. Melody does get a knock. Oh no! Nades! As shooters have great nades on our NRP, going to get the full thing. Are getting shot on the side though. Find the Watson by herself. And it's just one more left. Careful going res. Sweetie not looking. Now he is, and he, ooh, nice shot with the P20 as he gets the full kill, and Genesis is eliminated. 17 squads. GG's. Well done by shooters. ARC looks over. And we watch as all the Lotus teams look to try and rotate their way in. Bobber becomes an edge team as well as reset crew basically at this point. New meta just trying to pick up bins as well. As, yeah, it was a very interesting take on the zone there. As McQueen actually gets a knock on Nerf with the frag grenade, but they can't really move off of it. They do see that zone, so they are going to play very, you know, conservative of their spot to be able to do so. Okay, I figured out the player thing is that you're seeing right there. Name tag range infinite, hidden, can't see it, team only. Oh. McQueen does go down by the explosive nades from the Bocek. Bocek obviously out of the care pack. And now can't attach, you know, frag grenades to it to make it deathly. As JRZ is trying to run for their life now. Does go ahead and grapple down his teammates. As I believe another team pulls up on shooters. Yep. Oh, Reset Crew and New Meta are here, and we're just having a pile-up of teams right now. Tempest is trying to give his teammates the scans with the drone. New Meta looks to try and get the full knocks, and they do. That going to be 1 HP, and he does go down. They're going for the full fin. They pick it up. They'll go ahead and get the armor swap as well. His teammate a little further up here with the drone, just trying to get scans. There is still someone below, and shooters still in front of them. Go ahead and break New Meta's drone as Deft is fighting the solo down here. Gets the full bin, and Reset Crew is eliminated. Now New Meta's got to worry about shooters. Who is a full 3 now. Amethyst goes down. They find him. Now that he's not in Crypto Drone. Now New Meta goes down to being a duo. Not good for them. Quite unfortunate, actually. Aizen now getting knocks in the kill feed as well as Kaiju is eliminated. Bobber trying to move up on a team. They already have a knock. Looking for another as Joe and them are running away. Zumi does climb up. No one in here anymore. Don't think he knows that yet. It is interesting this preview where we get to see where everyone's at. But, you know, these teams don't know where they're at, so a little harder as they're playing the building, trying to figure out where the heck they went. I just hope they don't look to drop all the way down. If they do, I'm gonna run right into them. But it looks like team down below will go ahead and get away. Shooters now fighting again. Warrior picks up a knock on McQueen. Gonna get the wide swing here as well, and JRZ is eliminated. Well done out of shooters and the boys there. GG's. Yes, that was the team name. I don't know what button I gotta click, but Capybaras now, especially in a sticky spot with team Meta nearby. They're gonna go ahead and actually phase and try and run away, play their life for now. Capybaras is very close. And they're going down now. I'd like to see where people are at, but with all these names, I can't tell who's his teammate and who's not. So, EV is still alive. Never mind, spoke too soon. Ezekis is getting live swung. He didn't know from where. Capybaras go ahead and pick up the full KP. GG's. More fights are breaking down. DDC now trying to hold their spot. Warrior and the boys now fighting. New meta again, getting knocks on them. There's just knocks and upon knocks in the kill feed. Look at the zone. I don't know who's gonna win this. Right now, no one in a definite spot except for North Star. Bobber looking for shots with the 30-30 as well. Gets a good crack. Oh, couldn't quite get the knock. I think the team right next to them, though, does pick up the knock. What Storm Esports? Looking for KP, trying to steal some of Bobber's damage. Use it for themselves as well as for their own damage. We're looking at the Newcastle that goes ahead and queues. Argo does pick up a knock. As Milk and Dark Rebellion are eliminated. Bobber and the boys will pick up some KP. Warriors also dead. Zumi looking for his first kill on the board. Kaizen gets a knock on Whatstorm. They go ahead and break the crypto drone as well. I would have let it pop off. Kaiser is eliminated. So these teams would have been stunned and even easier KP for them. As they're still full focusing Newcastle team. They're going to look for the G7 shots. Can't quite connect just yet. They do have a team on the left. Where the zone goes wide out in the open. This is going to come down to a catalyst wall just to stay alive. Or a sneaky little spot in zone. Good shots out of Kaizen. I'm going to stay here on Bobber for a sec. They're outputting a lot of damage, and they did just pick up some early KP there. Go check shots now going off as well across. Guys are going to go ahead and try and do that. Take a look over there. It's Whatstorm trying to get the full res off. Bad does go down, though. And Bobber and the boys are going to go look to move up. They have the knock. He still is knocked. It's just a duo up top. They just have to get aggressive on it. Zumi does get cracked. His team is trying to look for him, though. They got to climb with him. He's going to get full swung here. Zumi does go down. One is 50 HP. Oh, can't shoot him yet. Not through the door. They almost pick up a knock. Good cat cues. The cat swings with the PK. Red Evo, though. I'm not getting the knock either. He gets the knock. It's a 1v1. And he gets the kill! And Whatstorm Esport is eliminated. He's got to res quick because of zone, though. Wow, great shots out of Kaizen. He is now your kill leader with 5 as they just barely take that fight and the KP, but they do lose Zumi. Can they get the res off on him? We will have to find out as new meta does go ahead and eliminate either DDC or shooters as both do go down. It's SYN now over here. Gonna look to try and rotate their way in, and right now East are in control of where everyone's gonna go basically as they get to move first, or they have to move last, but they are triple blue and are being looked at by at least 2 of the teams right now, and Team Bobber and as well as Team SYN. We'll see if New Meta moves over to look at them as well as everyone sees that final zone. Gonna be a close one. Can Bobber or SYN pick up another win? We're going to have to wait and see, or can New Meta pick up their first, as they do have a good amount of KP and points throughout these games so far. Team 10 and 11. I have to remember that. There we go. East R now taking some shots across. Not much just yet. Still just a crack. No knocks so far. Stay on East R as again they have an overlook of everything. Problem is, they're also getting looked at by everyone. I believe it's just Bobber who's just shooting their Newcastle wall over and over again. As they also don't have to move very far at all, and they actually have no one on their backs. I mean, neither does, though, East R, but the difference is East R has to move down. While they move down, Bobber can look at them. I don't think East R is going to have an opportunity to look at Bobber, as if they can just play that right side here of these rocks and these panels to be just fine. As you can see, where Kaizen's situated right now, he's basically in zone. Good cracks. Bobber also has the Evo advantage over them. But it's going to make the difference is what teams like SYN decide to do, as well as New Meta. New Meta trying to, play their heels, trying to get themselves with Mirage. SYN now going to move up. They do have a triple take. And they may have potential shots. As we're going to have a cat wall, East R looking to move. And I think they're trying to advance on Bobber. But Bobber's moving on New Meta. He wraps all the way around, and let's take this fight. They get one knock. Good stick on the Q. Get the dirty shots as well. The rate's going to be weak. Trying to charge rifle. Good shots at a Zoomy, and Argo cleans it up, and New Meta's eliminated, and East R goes down to SYN. SYN a full 3, though, and the high ground. This is their game to win. Both teams that have already won a game today now go down in a fight, and it looks like SYN will be the ones to take it and Sin. And they do. They will be your champions for game number 4. Well done out of them. I'm upset I didn't get to get the POV of them fighting East R, because I didn't know that all the teams were going to basically rotate around each other to go fight each other. Bobber moves off of fighting East R to go fight New Meta, and then SYN, or Sin, sorry, moves up to go fight, what's it called? Bree. So I have no clue. East R, sorry. They go to fight East R. I was thinking 3 because that's the button I had to click. They go to fight East R, and everyone just rotates around. They say, hey, let's go and switch around. Let's go fight each other in these different spots instead. As we take a look at the match summary, there is SYN. Sin gets first with 7. Bobber in second with 11. New Meta in third with 7. East R in fourth with 1. Shooters in fifth with 13. EDC in sixth with 3. Happy Bars in seventh with 3. And What Storm Esports in 8th. 4th. Let me go ahead and put in the scores, and we'll move on to game number 5 on Worlds of the Edge. As we now move into game number 5, our very first game on World's Edge. World's Edge will be in Challenger Circuit, so we did go ahead and add it back into the map rotation. It will be Storm Point Edition World's Edge. These players got to get some practice on it. We don't know that draft and bans will be implemented, but we figured it is about time we switched up a bit because, to be honest, it should be implemented into CC. Hopefully, fingers crossed it is, but it's just the new standard now. This game in the way that it makes comp so fun and competitive. You gotta do this is what the map's gonna sort of look like here on those highlights for y'all and zone knowledge reader. Let's look at the hard zone. Let me go ahead and pull up the drop spots for y'all as well, so you can take a look at where yourself is going. These are the drops for World's Edge here. Sort of look like through that zone. Let's go ahead and head on over to gameplay and take a look. It's a thermal zone, actually. Very good zone for Kaiju and the boys. As long as they can hit that ring console, they're going to need to get Blue Evo to get fused to be able to hit the ring console. Once they do so, they'll be good to go. And they'll know no one's ending on us. You up, be ready for this. The team sort of just moving in, looking up, so to speak, so far. Stay on What Storm Esports for a little bit. We watch them. And Yum does go ahead and pick up a knock at the kill feed. Mink is now down to a duo, as well as DDC, who missed a little bit there, a little bit of action. But over here is What Storm Esports, literally right as they switch off them. Move up into a fight. Slade gonna go ahead and wide swing here. Looking for the Mirage as he goes in and pops his ult. I'm going to pick up the knock on the Crypto. They're looking for the Mirage as Dark Rebellion is eliminated, and I think they're getting third party. They are, as Slade is trying to run away. He's going to be weak. Both his teammates go down, and it's just him left alive. He doesn't have the speed boost from his ult anymore as it's new meta, who actually come in to third party and pick up some KP. DDC is also eliminated kill feed as well as new meta. What just happened? I don't think new meta was fighting here then. How did this many fights just break out this early as it's just Slade by himself being chased by North Star. North Star coming in here and potentially picking up some early game KP. They know where he's at. He's trying to play his life, but they know where he's at. They run right into him, and Woodstorm Esports is eliminated. Great shots there out of SLXBKO on North Star as they go ahead and pick up some early game. And yeah, we had another fight breaking down as well that we unfortunately missed. We're now down 4 squads already. So again, remember, it is our first game on World's Edge as Kaiser is following a team on the rotation in Capybaras, who are also going to be followed here in a second by Genesis on the rotation. A lot of follows on the rotation. Got up Argo as we see him shooting the guard rifle. Good 110. Can he get another? Oh, he gets the knock. Can he get the thing? One more. Oh, he puts the knockdown shield, and unfortunately, Argo cannot get the fin. Good charge over shots, though. Again, great pad to the stats. Good refusal. It's interesting. I didn't think they were that invested. I guess Zen is trying to hold them off, but it made Fogger and the boys a little more aggressive. Not gonna lie, because he's about to get run up on by them. I don't think he knows what to do now. As Zumi and Kaizen move up, and Zumi ends up being the one to pick up the knock. Now Bobber's just gonna look to try and kill this team. If they can. Ooh, good crack. Oh, he gets the knock. Oh, and almost a fin. Oh my goodness, great charge rifle shots out of Argo. As his teammates fly in, and oh, if only he got the full fin off of that as well. Would have been a monsoon type of clip. My goodness, that was really close. Yeah, nothing much just yet there. No, the fight's breaking down over here. The No Star just letting the Sheila sing. Not having a care in the world as Warriors gonna be down to a duo, and Mink say, we're getting out of here. We're good. Don't want to fight this. Don't want to get thirded. We'll make our way into zone instead. Thanks. A lot breaking down at tree here. Trigger does go down. Kaiser, Joe and the boys over here going to be surrounded by 2 other teams in these buildings posted up. They have the zone knowledge. I don't know that these other teams in the buildings do. Genesis does not. Neither does SYN, so they might be thinking it's pulling here. SYN is starting to slowly move, though, towards it. And Kaiser does know where it's at. They will potentially look to move eventually. Mink picks up a knock on Kuro. Nice 30-30 shots. We were able to just move over to it. The Saki season does go ahead and pick it up. And these teams here at Mirage have not been able to catch a break with Team Mink and Team Bobber. Putting a lot of pressure on them. We're going to get the fin. Take a look at this team. It's JRZ Crypto sitting in zone. Maniki is in the building, and Team Andromeda is now duo as well. But Bobber and them move into this choke and start looking for a zone spot here. They're already looking to put pressure in the team right in front of them in the building. Get on them to do so. Ooh, got a long rotate here for Team Reset crew as they had a teammate go down and are now getting the full reset and gonna have a long way into this zone as we go back to Mink. Let's see what they can do here as one of the duos at Mirage do go ahead and get a respawn off. Alright, they're gonna go and try and rotate. They're gonna see the team still posted up at Landslide. Bobber now having to do a full 180 and fight a team that's looking to push them off of Crypto. Nobody gets to break it. Argo does go ahead and catwall. break the drone from the scans. Kaizen gonna have to pop a ultimate here soon. Try and hold this team off. And he does go ahead and pop it. Skews come out as well. They do seem to push them back and have them rotate to the other side. Nice job on them. Push JRZ as JRZ's now looking for shots on Mink, who fly right over them and take that potential spot they could have had too. That's Capybaras looking to fight a team. They're top in ballistical, ready to go. Speed boosts and all. Golden Rampage. No, ramped up Rampage. Golden no check. No, it is the Rampage. I'm tweaking. Golden Rampage. Ramped up, and he gets the knock. And he get another. Keep swinging left. Keep swinging left. Keep swinging left. They're right there. Yes. Gets another. Can he get the full one? Get the full one. And he wait, don't get the. He's still alive. And E-Star is eliminated. Well done by Capybaras, but they're getting third partied. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that conduit was knocked. I completely thought that conduit was knocked. I can see why he's still shooting at them now, but now he's gonna get run up on. Norium's trying to look for him, or maybe he's running away, because both his teammates are definitely dead. So yep, just run away now. Now you gotta run away as Argo's picking up a knock. So it was on the team in the building. Can't get the fin off of it that though. Look for shots of the teams up top as well. 110 shot as he has already 1.1K on the game, which is insane. As North Star is now fighting. Where are they? Yeah. It's not the right team. Most of them had knocks. Argo gets another knock. Then picks up his teammate and will look to res here. As I believe they did wipe. No, they didn't. They have a duo of Capybaras, who Capybaras now has both of his teammates are going to go look to res simultaneously here. Literally right next door. Oh, there you go. He hits it. I thought he didn't hit it for a sec. As we'll see both these teams look to fight again, but no, it's shooters who come to kill North Stars. They're right in the perfect spot to knock Lust and the boys as they just got a res off on their teammate. They're gonna look to try and kill him as well. Swinging the Newcastle. Good knock and patience out of Sweetie there. Nerf gonna have the wide swing with the Devo. Get some great shots, and North Star is eliminated. GG's. They are doing a nice job of making these swings. As they have the other team, though, Capybaras, I believe, trying to pull up on their block as they're right above them. And it is. Down low. Looking with the G7, it is Bear. Capybaras has had to get reset. But the difference is they have the high ground on shooters. Shooters the better Evo. Not the better Evo, the better loot in general. Capybaras the one with the high ground. Gonna get anything off of it. 60 hit there, not too bad for them, not too shabby. But I think they're trying to walk up. It's only trying to hold up his own. He goes in, pops the crypto ult. Doesn't stop the ballistic as they have 1-1 trades. 2-1 now, and Capybaras is eliminated. Another great fight out of shooters, and Nerf Miners are kill leader at 3. Keep in mind, teammates put that 2-1 as well, so they're not that far behind. Bobber does go down. Kaizen goes down from the team in the building, I believe it is. Team Andromeda now trying to rotate in, run right into a team. Kuro does go down. You trying to look for his teammate, potentially Stormal by himself, goes in, catwalls. That's a drop down, and Eevee will just try and rat it. Both of them hiding in the same spot. Gonna potentially get looked at by Hype, though. Hydrate and them can't potentially see them. None of them have very long range, just Nemesis. Mello does recognize that they're down there. Look at that zone pool. Does pull a little southwest there. So not a bad spot for Kaijus. They're still going to be up top on high ground as they get some good shots. Man, a 30-30 or a scout would go absolutely insane right now on that team. But again, they have Nemesis and Devos. They can't do too much. Also, it doesn't look like they're too healthy on heals either. They're going to eventually have to put some more. Also, I got to change as the map rotation as well. I don't know. I'm going to mess with settings, guys. We can pull along and do this again. so long since I've casted. It feels good to be back, though, not gonna lie. Almost has a crack. He does get a knock on JRZ, as we can see there. Good crack, though, out of Mello. Mello could actually pick up the KP. And more his teammate. Gonna be weak. They do pick up a knock. Will they get that full KP? I don't know. I was gonna go in with the crypto drone and try and give them scans. Team's now fighting nearby as shooters are fighting. Great shots out of Nerf Miners. He picks up another kill. Reset crew is eliminated. He is still your kill leader, but Sweetie does go down. And they get the reset. I don't know. Huge nades. Drone coming out as well from height, I believe. And Sweetie will be eliminated. Full finned off the crypto drone. Auburn now pick up the building as the teams left it. JRZ now gonna be very weak. Trying to get armor swaps as they go ahead and eliminate Team Andromeda. Zen and Zord, just the last one's alive. Crypto drone takes a little lava damage. They go ahead and pick up Sweeney's beacon. Genesis out on the outskirts of this zone, as you can see. Only ones in it currently is the duo shooters. They're looking for shots. Guys are trying to post up in this spot with the Newcastle wall, and I don't know that they can play here. Duo still alive as a duo, but that was very interesting as more shots are going down. Team Mink now a solo. You lose this building and now are eliminated. They lose the building in Sin, but it's Auburn, the boys, I believe, that third party got KP. They're looking a wide wrap now, potentially take a fight. JRZ now eliminated. Yeah, they're looking to stare right at him. 3, 2, 1. Oh, not quite. He should have just shot immediately. He was waiting for his teammates to get in position and shoot with them. That didn't quite work out. Can't click on them, but shooters now getting the respawn off. They do have a team right in front of them that are trying to absolutely nade out. They're trying to shoot as many nades as possible. Argo does pick up a knock with the charge rifle on the kill feed. Nerf Miners still looking for shots. Yeah, by the way, shout out Clash Royale. Definitely Nerf Miners overpowered. As Argo picks up knocks on NRP, and Bobber's gonna look to full swing as these teams are now fighting. It's a solo in front of them now. Oh, but the Newcastle get the res. Can they get the KP? They at least have to solidify the KP here. They don't get it. And now Argo finds himself in a 3v1 and Bobber's eliminated. Quite unfortunate for them as Genesis comes out on top. As the Newcastle had some great knocks. And then, you know, Argo gets the knock on NRP, but they're able to get the res off and get the full reset. And now they might be able to take the potential game-winning spot here from Kaiser, as Kaiser's solo playing by himself. They don't know what a Kaiju. The boys that were up top here now see what they are going to have to do to move their way in. No catalyst to rotate off of. They have fused crypto ballistic. So they're going to have to take a fight to be able to take any sort of space. Or wait for a team like shooters to move. Shooters watch as they fall from the heavens. Good nade, cracks Miner. Or Finer. Warrior takes a little damage. Crypto comes out as shooters are getting hard looked by a lot of people. They do have a great spot here at height-wise in this zone. They're looking to just try and hold. The teams below them will fight. EMP for EMP. Both go off. Both drones broken. Sweetie does go down. Great shots at the Warriors. Kaiju's eliminated. Kaiser, the solo, also eliminated. And Warriors. And the boys hold off one more team. They do push them back. They both got a heal. It's just a duo below them. And one of them is weak. They can't move off of it. So another team will try and third party them. They have the best spot in zone. But can they hold it? Oh, he gets stuck! Great knockout of Miner. Warriors of Arm is eliminated. Warrior does get to stay alive, though, on shooters. Red's down below. Do they swing it? There's still another team across that can third party. Good fuse, Q. You're going to pop back up. I think Warrior's trying to tell him to come back up. There is another team. And a great call out of him as he hopes that Genesis and them start fighting. But Genesis the full 3 and looking like potential winners if both these teams decide to fight. Good hit with the ballistic Q, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and fight, and this should be Genesis' game to win. This Deviator's just watching it all happen. So his ballistic ult. And breaks the drone, waiting for probably more knocks. Because they have no clue if their full threes duos or not, and Shooters is eliminated. The duo goes down. I believe it's just the duo up top. His teammates will now look to start fighting. And it is a duo. Deviator trying to climb up and surprise one of them. They do see him. Almost gets a crack. He's got to play his life. Woo! Gets the armor swap just barely. As they wait for him to drop. Great shots. Kathy and him dancing around. Get the knock, and it's just a 3v1. And that should do it. NRP searches for him. He's right above him. Deviator heals. Newcastle will go ahead and try and do some damage. Gets at least 30. Ballistic ult is popped. They are still trying to climb up on him. Deviator should have the nice clean wipe right here. Don't know. They should know it's just solo. Deviator should just be able to swing this. Never mind, he drops on NRP. And NRP will go ahead and find him. And that will do it. Genesis are your champions for game number 5. GG's and well done. Did a nice job there of letting both, teams fight it out. Letting Shooters, have a man go down, and then a great pickup by finding, Warrior in the corner trying to heal. I like that little emo. Skin a little drippy too on Ballistic there. And yeah, they just played that perfectly to be able to win again after wiping out Bobber and company over on that south side. They're able to Newcastle kill, the Deminator, the team that was in the middle, and take their game-winning spot. So with that being said, Genesis is first with 10, Sin in second with 6, Shooters in third with 13, Warriors of Aurum in fourth with 4, Kaiju in fifth with 3, Kaiser in 6 with 0, Bobber in 7 with 2, Milk in 1. As we move into our final game. Alright, as we move into our final game, it occurred to me that I still hadn't shown you the scores. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now on game 5 now, final game. You can see the legend bands here on the right as well. Right now in first place we have Sin, and then Bobber in second, Shooters in third, Capybaras in fourth, Trigger in fifth, Genesis in sixth, New Meta in 7th, JRZ in 8th, Mink in 9th, Warriors of Aurum in 10th, Kaiju in 11th, What Storm Esports in 12th, Team Andromeda in 13th, Kaiser in 14th, Reset Crew in 15th, Dark Rebellion 16th, EDC in 17th, East R in 18th, North Star in 19th, and Milk 20th. And Ballistic was your game 5 band. So yeah, right now Bobber 7 points behind first, as well as Shooters are only 7 points behind. We'll see if Shooters or Bobber can take the first place on the day from Sin. We'll have to wait and see. As we look like we did have a DC, so let me make sure it's on to that. Look at the DC. It was North Star. North Star is a duo for this game. It's going to turn on highlights and then go ahead and put it on that map, as we will see a landslide zone. That'll be fun to watch. my other button. Alright, there's gotta be a way though so I can just team it. Yeah. Gotta be something. Gotta be something. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, as we have what's Storm Esports trying to hold off the team in the vault right now. Big nades coming out. Slade the only one with blue. They have Newcastle one to go ahead and pop in. They will just try and rotate out as they are an early team here in the zone. New meta now. Being fought. There we go. As they are just now a duo trying to hold off a full 3 that did get a knock on Amethyst. Def gonna go ahead and try and get the res though with Mirage. We're gonna have to turn over the shooters right after this. As they are now in a fight. Kitty does go down. Def just trying to run away. We'll see if they find Amethyst. He's right next to them and they'll just try and run away. As shooters. If Miner. I'll just go weak as well as they're trying to get their full fins, but the Newcastle is going to end pop in the res and getting some good shots. Those darn knockdown shields, you can't see anything. They get the knock again. Newcastle trying to res, and they will get the kills on Milk. They will unfortunately go out in 20th, and they will be out in 20th. Capybaras now moving in on new meta. Gonna try and swing here. They pick up the knock and the pin on Def, and new meta is eliminated. What's from esports that tried rotating out of that from the inside and actually move away from zone. Probably going so. Isn't them over here? Joe, some shots, good cracks out of Headman. We're going to have to heal as well. Crypto drones on both sides. Popping ults just yet though, just trying to play their lives. Both damage a little bit and then chill out. Team Bobber, the team that could potentially take first place here. Second place team right now. Zoomies down. Catwalk comes out and they go even lower height-wise. Argo looking for some shots. I trying to help him out as Argo's going to be 1 HP, and this might be an early exit for Bobber and the boys. As Argo will be the last one alive, and I have no clue how he got out, but he's eliminated to not even the team that they're fighting, the team Andromeda, who looks for shots on them, and now Sin trying to shoot at the team that Bobber was shooting. So, Shooter's the only team that has the opportunity to take first place from Sin. As you can see, Sin right now is trying to add to their point collection here as they pick up 1 KP. They have some fighting all the way over by Primal. East R, Dark Rebellion slowly walking up onto each other. Making some G7 shots. This is an interesting edge fight. I don't know what to think about it. Oh, and he got the knock on the Watson. They can send that. And they will. Looking for some more shots. And he almost gets it. He's going huge with the damage right now. Trying to get his full fin and get inside. He does go ahead and get it. The duo of East R tries to run away and live to see another day. They are playing Conduit. You love to see that. A bit of a mix-up. Speaking of mix-up, we have Ty on the Rampart. Also love to see that. Like we said, Ballistic was banned. So honestly, if I had to guess who the next ban would be, looking like Bang. Bang would be the next ban, but again, remember this is our last game, so it doesn't matter, but it is something to keep in mind if, you know, there's ever a series that went more than 6 games. We're looking for some shots on the conduit, can't quite get it. Unfortunate. Doing fine. We're looking for shots, nothing yet. Look out. I just got a good amount of damage. Take a look at that zone and looking good for JRZ as well as Team Andromeda. Take heavy fire from them right now. Storm Esports looks to take a fight here. Catwall is thrown down from the opposing team. 20 shots were taken out. I was looking to potentially get the high ground to help his teammate out. Nades, but no one's there. Bad does go ahead and pick up a knock and a full fin. Just a duo now that they're fighting. Go ahead and try Newcastle Wall and his teammates trying to get them healed up. It's just a Newcastle left. We'll go ahead and wide swing from behind, and DDC is eliminated. What Storm Esports pick us up some more. Well done. So an early fight in the potential god spot of zone here. Andromeda goes down to the charged up Senti. And another, and it's just Evie. Good shot, but will it be enough to keep him alive? It will not be, as JRZ picks up the early KP in this potential god spot in zone. Great job out of them as Dark Rebellion. SP cannot make it off the evac tower. Kirbyus and follow. Oh my god, he's gonna be 1 HP. Does he make it? Not clear yet. Oh, nice Q. All right, he'll live just barely, as it was Capybaras that went in and picked up the KP and were the ones laying the shots down. Lust now by himself, trying to pick back up his teammate potentially here. Still stuck. There we go. Trigger's now trying to make it great. Well. Dark Rebellion will be eliminated. They do go down. Genesis, an RP down. Gonna go ahead and look in res. I believe they're the ones that picked up the KP, but look who it is. Your first place team coming in for the third party. Oh my goodness, the shots with the R9 go absolutely dummy, and they just mop the floor with Genesis as they are eliminated. And Sid picks up some even more KP. They just keep saying, can we get more? Dude. And definitely do, as Capybaras and them are now fighting again, looking for the swing, and it's Shooters being eliminated. Your third place team, who is 7 points, is well away from first place, so that locks it in for Sin on the day to get the first place in our scrims today. Well done by them. Doesn't matter how many points they put up now, they have officially taken that. If we take a look at Warriors, Robber had no points, and Warriors, Shooters, sorry, came out with only 6. It's not enough, as, again, they needed 7, and Sin right now is sitting at a whopping 6 as well. So, GG's on that, and a little bit more shots breaking down. Kaiser and them trying to potentially take a fight on Sin. Sin trying to back off. The double grapple comes out for Rich, and it does keep him alive. Sorry. His teammates go ahead and pick up a knock, though. They quickly flip the script. Oh, great shots again on the crypto. This team had Sin pedaling backwards, if you remember, and now Sin flips it and kills them off. It looks like they will be third party, though. Can they get the armor swaps and reset in time? Rich just trying to get a zip line out of there. It is energized, so he takes less damage, but not completely no damage. He's going to be pretty weak, trying to stay alive. Lust and the boys do go down. Reset crew trying to rotate in. Capybaras, they're going to take out Lust and the boys. Warriors of Arum. Right next door to East R. East R now just a duo. Warriors trying to pick up the KP on them. They are playing very patiently. For sure. They pick up the KP. Don't have any mishaps. As you've seen today, some teams do get unlucky or unfortunate. Great shots with the Rampart turret. Can he get more? They do, and E-Star is eliminated. Warriors of Arum go ahead and pick up the 3 KP. He's well done as Capybaras pulled out Trigger and eliminate them. GG's on that end as Reset Crew is playing right below Kaiju, but Kaiju will focus on our first place team here in Sin, and we'll go ahead and stun them for a second. We have 7 squads in round 4. He does go off from the fuse. Trying to look. It's a drone following him. Just go ahead and break it. This team does figure out there's a team below them. And we'll go ahead and pop a cat wall. And of course, you know who's coming to third party. Kaiju. Oh my goodness. Eliminate immediately. But huge nades out of Kogoro. Oh, he accidentally takes a zip the wrong way. Can they go ahead and capitalize? I only see 2 at the moment. Good R9 shots. And 30-30 does have one below. They do get the full kill there. Just looking for the Pathfinder now. The Pathfinder tries to zip away, and they will not be quick enough. And Reset Crew goes ahead and becomes eliminated as Sin picks up more KP. Paper sitting right now at 9. Capybara is the only other team with more that has 11, and they're looking to add to that number. They are in a pretty good spot in zone. Next zone, what Storm Esports is here, assuming they can survive the pressure from Warriors and Capybaras. Cappy right now has your kill leader with its only. Go ahead and just chill for now, though. Just shots being peppered back and forth. Let's head up to the fuse. Let's use PV so we can see what's going on. But hold on, Jersey and them are now fighting. His teammate goes down. Ooh, huge sentinel shot. Needs another to connect. Oh, he needs that to hit. There you go. One more. Gets the knock. It's a 1v1. Holding the high ground. Oh, but he gets melted to zone. Oh, no. He goes down to zone. He should have pulled back a little sooner as it was Warriors that were fighting them. And now Storm Esports comes to try and wipe them up, and they do. As Capybaras go and fight Sin. Potential winners here of this fight. As Capybaras are up right now. Oh, he thought he had the kill there, and now he doesn't. Sin is eliminated, and now it's Capybaras versus What Storm Esports. Both pulled 3s. What Storm has the red, purple, and so does Capybaras. Right now, Capybaras has the high ground, but looking at that zone, What Storm's in the better spot, but Capybaras can just walk up on this. They have plenty of cover there. Yep, pointing at the rock. They have Horizon and Crypto. Oh, gotta save the Crypto drone, and he just barely does. Well done. Way to recall that. As they're gonna look to move up. We'll stay on your kill leader here on Horizon. It's been a little minute since we've seen some Horizon gameplay. Can we get a dub out of Capybaras with Horizon? They were pretty high up the leaderboard as well. I wonder if a win can catch them up. It might take a lot, but they do have a lot right now as they have 14 kills. So they're having a showdown now with What Storm Esports. Horizon ult does come out. He's going to look to try and swing. Gets a good crack on the Newcastle. Newcastle ult does come out. Can't get the hit. He's going to be pretty weak. Gonna have to back up. Goes ahead and bats, and he's doing just fine. Kitty looking for some G7 shots. You're looking over at What Storm. They're fine as well. They go ahead and catwall to be able to move more to the right. Where they were playing. Hold on, the Newcastle's by himself. He's on your right. He got the knock. And it's just a solo. And this should be a Capybaras win. just a Pathy and Capybaras wipe it up for game number 6. GG's and well done by the boys at Capybaras. Let's go ahead and take a look at the match summary and then the final standings for tonight as we wrap things up. Well done to all those that played tonight. Very fun set of scrims and a great job by Capybaras there. They had a monstrous game there. I can't wait to see how many kills in total they had. Let's take a look. Right, and we take a look, and they had themselves a first place with 17 kills. I think that's the most on the night. It is. What Storm was in second, Sin in third, Warza Orm in fourth, JRZ in fifth, Reset Crew in sixth, Kaiju in seventh, and Trigger in eighth. GG's, and again, well done to everyone who did play in tonight's scrims. Let's go ahead and put in the scores, and then I can tell you guys who your overall winners are on the night. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, it's loading. And in that monstrous game by Capybaras, and in case you were curious, the person that did go ahead and get banned after that game would have been Fused. But enough of that. Let's take a look at our final scores for the day, and Sin still taken by 5 points. Capybara was only off by 5. That's how close it was. That monstrous game still, wrong camera, still could not get them there, but it was still a good set nonetheless, and a great game. Capybaras there ended off. So to read off your overall scores: Sin in first, Capybaras in second, Shooters in third, Bobber in fourth, Trigger in fifth, JRZ in sixth, Genesis in seventh, Warriors of Arm in eighth, Woodstorm Esports in ninth, New Meta in 10th, Kaiju in 11th, Mink in 12th, Team Andromedid in 13th, Reset Crew in 14th, Kaiser in 15th, Dark Rebellion 16th, E-Star 17th, PDC 18th, North Star 19th, and Milk. And that will do it for today, guys. I appreciate you all coming and watching today's video. It was very fun to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to join up Team Inferno. It's comp Discord to be able to play in these scrims. You can maybe have me cast you and catch a clip. Make sure to check out, my TikTok shorts and all that too, because I will have clips from tonight's scrims on there as well. Anyways, I was the Preavengers. If you did enjoy what you saw, you should hit that sub button. I'd appreciate it. And have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you all